Ahoj chat, ahoj YouTube. Dneska tady máme Lower Final top 3 ve východní Evropě, BO5, Alexiiik versus BFG, což jsou nějaký jakoby severní chlapy, kteří hrajou speciální kompy, takže docela se těším na dnešní zápas. První mapu, overtime bohužel Vašek prohrál, ale je to BO5, takže vyhraje tuhletu a začne BO3 basically, takže cinema dneska, plně se usaďte a všichni vás tady vítám. Jakože Haven vyhrajou z Rotterdam City určitě. To je jejich klanovka, kámo. To je jejich klanovka. To už jsem viděl milionkrát. A Martux je lost na Isovi. Koukáme kolvčinu, vás tady přivítám, to je jasný. E-mail od Riotu, kámo měl by dostat, jak dostat, má donate od Riotu za včerejší delay. Os! Vůbec jim to nelepí, kámo, těm BFG. Toto je druhá mapa, ano. První mapa. To se nehodí. Čau Nikdo 79, ahoj Martínek. Čau Chadzi 2. Čau Safis 4. Grmek zachraňuje. Čau Bardy, čau Easy. Ahoj David, čau Snappy, čau Smrádeček. Ahoj Žofíček CZ27. Ahoj Ožrená Okurečka. Čau Markton. Čau Squeeze, všichni nás tady zdravíme. Ahoj Sven. Ahoj Trixo, ahoj Ber. Ahoj Sonju. Všechny vás tady vítám. Tohle je zachránění od Rotterdam City, doufám. Má jenom vrtačky, kámo. Ještě dává jedna vedničku mož. Nice. Ultinka. Proti tomu lowbuy. Volhek, viděli jste to, on do něj střílel na Bčku, já jsem to viděl, kámo, ten Volhek. Čtyři náboje a je tak nutej, kámo, plus.
Not even going to be given the breathing space to go for the reload. He has to hit the shots.
Jak ho nechala vycukat na zkušenosti. Tam proč nespechtíš sovu, ale. Proč nespechtíš sovu, kámo? Mi řekni. Alešek, agresor dozad. Martuxovi na papulku. Proč si nepopne shield? Proč si nepopne shield, ten mentol slabej? Co to je? Aby ho překvapil. Jdeme překvapím, kamaráda. Čau, Oxys. Martuk si mi hrá jenom breache a deadlock, no. Ty jsem se lekl, kámo, sám sebe.
Tuzemsky potržítku Moravák rozpískal, Papagoda 100 korun český.
Barte, to jsou malý věci, to je jenom tier 1, kámo. Prdi! Fuj! Ten do a čus. Vždycky si někdy říkám, kámo, že kdybych tam seděl, že bych takhle nevysral, vole. Trošku bych to zkusil, vole. Nebo tam seděl, typ si sedí doma, ale jen se říkám, kámo. Oni nehrajou na stage, vole. Čau Daví. Alešek má overclock, no. Kolik na fragu na první mapě? Mr. Overclocku. A ten Haven mají úplně lost, ty BFG úplně lost. A za 3 smrti, no dokonce. Tak to chápu. Smrt je... Logicky smrti tě jakoby sundávají rating, no. Nejlepší je jakoby neumírat na ten rating. Kámo, ale ty jsou úplně lost, tuhletě týpci, ale však si je tady dává k snídani. Ahoj Katarina. Jezu, že máš hrát 2 zápasy a odložíš na určito a stejně pořád nejsi schopný dát lidem vědět, kdy co bude hrát. Barte, měl bys tam, kámo, jít pracovat. A postarat se o nás. Jestli Alexiiik prohraje, jdu na baskat. Kámo, když vyhraje Legina postav. 10-2 jak nic. Myslím, že bude stále jako mini, gentleman's mini, Nova a tak dále. Akorát, kdo ví s kým. Tak. A myslím si, že regional transfery mid-season se dít nebudou. Regional transfery se budou dít po off-seasonu. Po Champions. Když už. Můžu hrát zápasy Imo nebo jen Radiant? I Immortal, protože jsem slyšel, že Mickey byl jako six-man sub v době, kdy byl Immortal. Poslední kolo, otazník? Alešek dostane sex. Ve 3 lidech dostal sex.
No, you cannot, especially at that distance as well. You don't really have the margin for error. Quicks, let's get one down before he drops, but Zero Tenacity spotted the three towards the left-hand side. They know where they need to go, where the side, where the map probably looks weakest. But it won't be weak for long. Look how quickly BFG have joined into the fray. MSH not giving Raz a chance to breathe. That's ridiculous. MSH keeps it going. Confidence exuberating from him.
Mošt!
Complete
Vantapy.
showdown. A complete shutdown.
Jaký vantapy dává mošt? 4 vantapy dal mošt. Si mají Cyphera a oni mají Vajsku, jinak to je stejný komp, pokud správně. Ne, ještě Kajo a Teho, ne. Kajo a Fate, sorry. Co crazy kompy tohleto. Ani jedna sova.
To settle down because BFG take the fight to them.
And even knowing and noting Pyro's position coming in from that CT position with the drones, they're going to be at least aware of other possibilities. But it doesn't matter. He's still able to net a kill and wanting to go for more.
If he gets another, this is actually a double here.
A Gramek hraje smoky a Pyrrol hraje Teha. To je za smoke. Kámo, to bylo tragický smoke. Tady je zasratu, kámo, se Cypherkečkou. Alešek ostrý, ale.
Instantly finds himself in a 1v4. Less than a minute remaining. Spike far away. Will be taking a lot of damage from the salvos. And it feels this round's already over.
To jsou bicek, neuměl používat pravítka.
How do you react off the back of it?
Tak
to je
seriózní, kámo, problém.
He was the isolated player. The rest of the party moving into B, and they should be able to find it Baron.
That's such a lovely reaction from Alexiiik coming out of Art as well, because you have Raz's information coming in from only, the push from Art, unexpected of the player walking in, but
Rejděte Aleška, ne? Jak má velký ping, viděli jste to? Ten kill na toho MSH byl úplně jinde než...
Zero Tenacity are losing a lot of players in the process. You've got a player now posted up on heaven. You've got Pretty trying to turn around on time.
Sheriff, but he's not going to be the
Nebudeš ho tam dávat pořádně,
more of a supporting
tak týpci můžou stát pod tím revealem třeba a zabijou ti celý tým.
Information and a deep camera denied over towards A.
Pičí život. Čau, Milda.
Action out through mid.
Damn. Sure. Yeah. Nice from alexiiik.
Camera taken out.
Quick reactions.
Úhly od oka je
There's a
crazy.
sort of smiler on camera moment over towards main that spots out 3 players, if not all 4. So that's a lot of information for Zero Tenacity to react off, and especially with the drone up through mid. And Pretty's position was able to recover that rifle. Romali dropped, so he's no longer on that Sheriff. Could be an interesting position.
He spotted out some movement and he's reacted by jumping back. You've got Pretty, like he said, in an interesting position. He could do a lot.
But when does he start to play? That's the question. Is it after his teammates falls? Is it when they start to go into connected? Because at what point is it too late? At what point is it expected? At what point does he miss his timing?
Raz is moving through double doors.
30 seconds left.
But most players heading into Art.
20 vteřin, chat. Vypadá dobře pro naše chlapy. Tak ne! Pyro má jeden život, kámo, what? Wallbang? Víc? To vypadá strašně, no. Omlouvám se za jinx. Co? Pyro s jedním životem. Pyro s jedním životem, kámo, what the fuck.
And even though BFG had great chances taking over the site and a lurk,
because the wall hasn't tripped.
I'm sure Razes is also being a menace, baiting out the Armageddon. That's not too bad of a use of that ultimate. But the TP drops out, and now he is... Never mind, I thought it was going to be the lurk on the lurk. Instead, he's going to be joining the rest of the team to take over this A site. Razes succeeds with a turnaround to alexiiik and denies the
no, proč mi Alešek furt umírá, furt. Já nemůžu spechy vůbec Aleška tu hru.
BFG have got solid control over the site. You've got Razes continuing to be a thorn, and he just doesn't lose his fights. Jewel after jewel, he comes out on top.
Ne, on ještě dá jednoho, kámo, tak to je strašný.
I don't think so. Instead, BFG can play the numbers game all day. 2v3, pretty struggling to try and get something to go in his team's favor. Instead, BFG a full takeover. Gramic, he can't hide anywhere.
Gramic.
Despite being right in the middle of the site, makes the matters worse. As BFG look to
Líky nový update ještě nejsou, kámo, ale přitom už by mohly být za chvilku, no.
Is a win in the ones like Lameli over in towards main.
Rankedy, nevím, jestli se tam vejde. Jak hrajou teďko tady BO5, kámo, a hrajou od 11 ty MIBR. Takže není na mě. No. Co je na... Alešek,
and look at the rotate that's come in. Look at all these three players. They know they can stack up here.
Huge dimensional drift as well, giving information of where Pyrol is trying to hide. Wait, MSH gets the kill through all of that?
Wait, Katarina.
Hang on a second. Not like this, Quicks. Can he salvage the day? Him and his teammate are very low. And alexiiik hasn't even come into the fight yet. Hasn't even made it himself present.
A ten má podle nějak do 9 dneska šichtu. Takže další mapu možná. Mož. Krása. Plast?
You have a guardian, sure, but like...
Yeah, what can it do?
I'd laugh if Quick just gets an ace.
alexiiik instead just gets one pick. And that stuff is actually brilliant because it denies BFG the opportunity to continue with their cross. For a moment it could have been scary, but no ground gain. Instead they have to completely double back from their initial decision.
Is a massive disparity in weapons and utility.
And the pressure of time as well.
A Pyrol má životku.
Very intuitive. Brilliantly done.
Valorant, kámo, to musíš dělat taky věci. Alexiiik!
Oh my god, alexiiik!
Konečně.
Oh, how did he just get away with that? The thing is, they knew where he was, so they tried to go for the fight anyway, but that is complete.
Jako takový hype to nebyl, je to outlaw, ale... Ale hezky, Alešku. Hello, Lucy. Hello, Lucy.
He has to say he can't get away. Although he's saying that, the rest of the players are struggling to convert off the back of it. You get a double kill early over towards Spain, and yet you are still down into position where it's a 2v1. Lameli is low, but there's a utility to help him out.
Surely not. Surely he doesn't win this. He's kept things close, but with 14 points of help, I feel like that's a lot to ask.
Přišla normálně...
Put one player in a deep angle and
you're... Zase Aneškovi, no. Aleškovi štěstí.
Figure this one out. Gravity well can't quite block the player from moving.
Neprohraju 2-1, že ne? Děkuju. Jsi unavený, Luci?
Not happy, wasn't able to clutch the blast, not enough.
Dneska jsi viděl sluníčko aspoň, no i když byla zima, tak aspoň nepršelo.
There's so many engagements, so many little jewels, bits and pieces here and there. But it's Gramikis's day this time around.
Gramek, prostě. Čau, Petros. Alešek. Boom!
alexiiik shows up with a sheriff. Quick starts to clutch. Spike touched.
Ultinka na info.
And the dimensional drift gonna make Quicks
Co dělá?
where he stands, tries to find the right position. Oh, it's a bit disjointed. Gets a chance. MSH closes the gap.
Super competitive. They aren't able to tow it over the line.
It's crazy how close these fights have been. How many little brawls we've
Co
seen.
to je? Co to je? FPS, zdravole, co se děje?
Can't avoid anything.
But
Well,
what?
Huh?
Kámo, ten má takovou životku, to ti jebe, no. To ti jebe, jako má životku ten Pyrol, kámo. Ten nechutný, vole.
But there's a player in mid.
Oh, they're just trying to run towards the B side. The mid player not able to interrupt. Fix have turned this round in their favor.
Jako mi to nevadí, jenom si představuju, že bych hrál proti tomu. Tak ještě prosrali, kámo, 5v3 na 1v3.
They have given the round back to BFG.
Dobrá finta, tohle to cením. To je dobrý trik, kámo. Až na to, že dostal reveal.
They know where he is, has to hide away. 1v3. Sure, Quicks is low, but other than that, BFG Split Gaming are going to stick.
I mean, they shouldn't.
No. We've seen some crazy stuff already. This whole round, how do you even start breaking this down, Summer? How do you even look at that round?
It's
I
messy.
feel like there were so many little fights.
Yeah, but it's in the context of interconnector. Talk about walking. alexiiik.
Goes for a stroll.
Oh, it's because Raz is TP'd with the ultimate, doesn't clear out close.
Yeah, but Razes will be clearing the backside. Oh, come on, he's being toyed with. Who's the better Yoru? Well, I think Zero Tenacity know the answer to that. Pretty joining into the fight, trying to assist. alexiiik surely doesn't just dry peek with the operator.
Upínek? Nemačkat. Ale však ho zmačkal, ale... Nice flick.
He's feeling it. He's the one in charge today and wants everyone to know it. Lamely.
Dobrý flank.
By himself, but he's locked in.
Nice.
Player from behind.
There's a 5-man push middle.
They try and go for an aggressive play, but it's not like Zero Tenacity are greeting them in that mid-fight. Instead, they bunched up together and going towards the A site instead. Now, Pyral though.
Má dobrý záda tady Pyrol.
There to potentially say hello. Can he get himself
Dobrá trapa, kámo.
little nook? That distance? The off angle? I think he might. Yeah, avoids the engagement altogether as Zero Tenacity look to break into A.
Vypadá counter strata normálně, se tady sleduju. Kámo, grme, jak dopíše, jak střílíš. Nice.
It's brilliant from Pyral. The timing is superb. He alerted his teammates, keep them back. I'm coming in for the back sub.
Aleško!
And it works superbly. Razes has done a lot of heavy lifting for his team the first half, but this time only good for the one. Laminate, similar position he's been in before, but this time the one defending.
Co sleduju, kámo?
This time the one wanting to defuse. He's drawn things to a duel, but again struggling on the health department. Does not make things simple, pretty just...
Podle mě.
Yeah, they have a player on both extremities. They
Kámo, když seš profík,
sort of the main pack towards belong at the start to bait out Syntax as well, which means it's going to be a little
hitneš
bit
30, tak to máš úplně jednoduchý, vole. Tak jdeš na kouče a sosáš dalších 5 let. A koučové mívají lepší platy než hráči, často, takže...
And all 5 of BFG players are on B now.
Yep.
30
oh
seconds.
dear
And
me,
Razes again.
5-3. That's a free rifle, by the way, is it?
Yeah, Guardian.
Počkejme, tady prohráváme čistý eko. Co sleduju tady? Ale můj goat ještě žije, tak dobrý, vole.
Look, you can see alexiiik. He's done so much for his team already the first half.
Alex Dick in your mouth, kamaráde.
From crossing. This is a bit unprecedented, given that when you lack the numbers, you often don't go for something like this. Quicks is superb on the read, and he ever quicker on the collection. Gramic needs a multi-kill, he knows it. Martix looking to close the distance. Pyral is able to find one.
This is tragedy of maximum scale. Venku ale CSku všechno a nikdy to nemakenul, protože nechápu moc tu myšlenku, kámo.
It is. It's kind of mad, actually. That's the case. This time, the sheriffs don't work the same way for Zero Tenacity. It's just in certain hands, you know that.
Ta první část dává smysl a ta funguje tak, že prostě jdeš na kouče, nebo děláš něco v tom e-sportu, ale už nejsi tolik vidět. Nehraješ prostě po 30 a vole...
Things start to move in the right direction for BFG. They've got this A site under lock and key, really, and all these corners
Barte
are being checked from
so many defenders. It's hard to have something unchecked. Takhle se chovat ke Spikeovi.
Fully alone. He knows there's presence near him. Let's break the dagger so he can still use his util to his advantage, but has to respect it as well. 30 seconds on the clock. Zero to
dobré ulti na by the way. Mají strašně info.
Position has been notified. You still got to wonder that there's a potential aggressive stance from Razis, which is respected.
Nevypadá dobře to koločet vůbec pro ten set, jakože vůbec. Maltux má rakety na antiplant. Dostanou rakety na antiplant.
Dropping in, it's going to inflict a lot of damage. They're going to have to lose out of the positions, but they do get the pickups. Bitfix coming out on top. Grandmakista and Lamely doing work, but it's just not enough.
Important the information towards B-Long is to stack up towards mid or stack up over towards A when the site hits do come through to have enough players in the plays.
Zajímavá tam scéna tam v té Arabii. Ale jako cením, že tam něco je vůbec. Rao targetuje prostě toto. Ed Katarina, ty bydlíš sama, přemýšlím, že bych si vzal pyžamu a šel spát k tobě. Názor, Katarina? Ten reveal? Ještě, že ho myslnul, kámo, ten reveal. Oh.
Split into two cosmoses.
Co, Bartux?
Is able to be in command of one, and as the rest of the team joins in, it's Bitfix that ends.
Extremity placement of players. You have MSH over towards B, Rakista towards A, and the pack is walking down close to B, although there's an opportunity to isolate and recover a rifle here.
It's not too bad of an ordeal, and the 1-3-1 would pay dividends.
Alexiika mi vypnuli, ale to se nemá moc dobře.
There is a trade, that's not too bad, and like you said, a rifle potentially collected. Spike down. Hang on a second. I think there's a real chance Zero Tenacity win this.
Tohle kolo potřebujeme, jestli nechceme tu mapu projebat.
You've got also Grandmakista joining in.
Klid, David, klid, jsme kamarádi. Umřel mošt, jak? Máme rakety, neumírej si, Pyrol. Kámo. Tak ty jsi úplnej debil, kámo, ten Pyrol. Ty sám bohužel ty rakety by vyhráli tu kolo, vole. 4 vteřiny, kámo.
Down to 4 seconds, but no cigar. 11-8 Bittenty.
1-6 na defendu. No na ataku, že jo. Jsem říkal, že ta mapa je defense-sided, tak svině. No ne jak svině, ale je defense-sided. To není ani close, ty kola, to není ani close, kámo. No to minulý bylo close.
Opět, jo.
The Armageddon misses a mark. Bitfix Gaming were aware of it and do place themselves in library. Suddenly, Quicks, they just walk into his line of fire. A quadra kill collected by the end of the round.
Co to je, kdy byl vysoko Alešek? Chat, čtvrtá mapa. Básničky v chatu. Alešek musí comebacknout. Pistolky to nebudou. Kam oni jsou na defendu, na spletu, ty proti ním, to je hnus. Ty miluješ, nevíš, kolik je? O, prdi. Nemiluju prdiho, kámo. Když hraje dobře.
Now can Zero Tenacity keep it on? Bitfix don't back out for the mid-fight though. Razis posts up closely. Alexiiik with his own little lurk towards his right-hand side. Hang on a moment.
A divný konto to je proti bonusu, kámo. Díky bohu, Alešku. Víš, kolik mu je? Prdi mu hodně.
And look at the control that they actually have across the whole map. Again, obviously, it's supported with the fact they have a lot of players alive, and somebody doesn't have a lot of players is Quicks. He's on his own.
Nice, díky bohu.
I feel like appearances to give Zero Tenacity a chance.
You say that? I'm looking at
Alešku, co robíš? Co to bylo, kámo, za bramboru?
I think he's like +10. It's not crazy,
especially when you look at Raz. Zamýšlel udělat, kámo.
In this series, like they have other players stepping up. It's just
not
all stepping up at the same time.
Muffin cross.
Off the board, one of your spearheads that you're talking about. He's not gonna have a say in this round. So you're looking at the players left onto site with the utility that they have.
Prdi. Jo, ultinu máš, prdi. Ulti to chcete. Oni prostě slyší, kámo. Ten molotov byl dobrý, no. Dobrý deal, prdi. Ještě jim na prč, vole, ještě na prč. Rakety, konečně používá rakety. 1v4 clutche díky raketám. 1v4 clutche díky raketám.
Winning kills, so it's nice to see that he's able to get this out onto the jet early on as well. And the issue is they're not even going to his site. He's going to have to retake again with an operator.
Alexiiik open.
He actually is able to catch Martix out with a showstopper. Is it enough to lure attention for MSH to do hard work? No, it isn't. Pyro on site does get overwhelmed. Bitfix explode to the defense of the site. Oh, wait, you don't expect this? Oh, Pretty got ahead of himself there. Great stun.
Dobrý deal od Prdiho zas.
Good delaying power.
Prdi hrozně, kámo.
And doesn't feel comfortable to reload either, even with 5 bullets. Takes cover. Invents. Oh, Armageddon will be used quite early.
Come on.
Looks to aggress, and it pays off. Has to drop though. That is still huge. Pretty had a chance. But since, and you could say the same thing about Pyro on that A site flank. Has to opt out of it. Has to respect the presence. But it looks like Bitfix wants to themselves. It is a 1-for-1 eventually, and on that 1 minute mark, Zero Tenacity yet to show intent.
Oh, alexiiik is walking out. Is Lameli aware of this?
alexiiik,
that is ridiculous. How does he even get away with that? Paint shells do some damage. Mantix tries to close the distance.
Alešku,
Zero Tenacity trying to join
to si děláš, prdel, že mu do toho vlezl.
And yeah, and the annihilation eventually
connects.
Now Zero Tenacity have got the superior numbers, but with Bitfix rotating so quickly, they've got 3 defenders dedicated to the B-side defense, and there's nowhere for them to run. No cover from Raz's operator. Bitfix are quick on their feet again, and even though Pyro is sprinting towards A and possibly able to get the spike down, this round is definitely looking to fall into Bitfix's hands.
Rychle plant, smoke před sebe a hrát kolem toho
smoku. Should just be able to run him down here.
Should be simple,
dolítal kamaráde.
Locked in place. Oh, gets away with 1. Makes us think.
Tak je tak OP, kámo, jak to nekončí.
Even the operator there.
Kamu musí zabrat tohle, ale prostě.
Yet again. We've got Quick's hiding on site. The first shot doesn't connect, and you can see how quick Pyro was with his approach. Bitfix Gaming lose both defenders.
Nice!
It feels like Zero Tenacity have put an end to
Nedrownul trochu, prosím. Moc prosím. Germek, ať droní CT.
They still don't necessarily have the best weaponry for this, right?
Nevadí.
Doesn't even look.
He's taken his fight. He's got his pick. He's vacating the premises.
Yeah, and it's the difference in where he's playing, right? You can see the same exact utility being put over towards Heaven. Now plays elbow, and it's easy pickings.
Alexiiik má... Alexiiik nenosí konvenční stuny, vole, není prostým tmánem. Je dobrá pozička, ale že tady ti neklírnou, kamo, ever. No, Jinx Ledečko. Neklírnou ho tady. Tam legit sem lezu taky, lezit, no. Legit sem, lezu, když hraju agro, tak sem jdu taky, vole. A doufám, že mě první nečechne. No. Good.
He is able to trade it back, but Raz is left all to himself. He is running in with the operator. That is crazy. 10 points of health. He needs to find a headshot. Kamikis has gone all the way around. He's gone for the
Viděl bombu,
smart
nepikuj
approach.
už.
Knows that his opponent is no longer on the spike, so doesn't really
Nice, one tap.
take the peak instead.
Game. A small mistake. Put Serious Nasty into the lead. Oh,
taky ve studu.
Sure, he wasn't able to save the operator, but put a sheriff in this man's hands. And it's an entry kill.
Víš, co tam děláš, jak s paní psycholožkou?
No weapon to be recovered. Pretty even just throws it all into.
Druhé straně slečna psycholožka.
And Pyral's just managed to get into the spawn. I don't think anyone's aware
Ahoj,
of it. He's looking towards CT.
Sabina.
But they're not going A.
No.
They're out B.
And that's where Lamely is.
Timing.
Oh no!
Timing. There is no way. This is the freest kill of Lamely's life. He's got the information. He's given his team some time to move in. Martix get the collection onto Pretty, and all of a sudden, BitFix has turned this round on its head. Can Pyro save the day? Because with that pickup, they made it into a doable situation. A 2v3 now as they settle down in B. Oh, Martix. Oh, the timing.
Nechutný tohle.
Pyro. Oh, skipping a jump away. He's got the
to zůstane na něm furt. Kámo, to je tak broken, vole. To ti jebene. Už se to spadne tím, že se portne, vole. Riot, vole, co tam, kamaráde? Hulí.
Syntix pre-fires the position. Surely they must be aware his weapon must have appeared through the smoke. Now again, BitFix have been great on the reads, and it's no different this time around. 3 players nearby. Razes has got himself lined up, and all 3 of them look to his direction. A great moment for Quicks to just jump in, and it's all down to Pretty. Blink and you miss it. BitFix convert yet another round in their favor.
Máme ultinu, ale
you've got to look at the positives if you're Pretty here, because you've got a rolling thunder available. You've got time on your side. 1 minute.
Jestli neultneš, tak trolíš. Prdí, vole. Ultni to. Víš, obou.
Pretty's got the information available to him. He's
no, on si saveuje další tohle tu ultinu prostě.
Gets the net off of him. Can he isolate the fight? Flashed towards the one side. 40 seconds. Spike to be collected. Can't quite.
Řekneš na tohle, že to je nice try, ty vole, ani nevím, kámo. Tohle kolo vyhrál na tu ultinu, tak mu to odpustím, vole. Těžký kill podle mě. A nebude ultit. Takže skončil tu půlku s nepoužitou bridge ultinou. Krtku, execute je... Exekuce je sajtu, kámo. Prostě když jdeš, vole, si vzít site jako ataker od defenderů. Bogas, protože si myslel, že to site bude clear, protože Jetka hraje CT a vypadá to jako, že hraje retake. Ale...
And now they're trying to switch up their pace to break into this B site, take a potential 2 versus 2. They do
jinxuješ?
But the stun is good, and Pyro jumps in, leaping at the opportunity. Lamely looking to see if he can isolate the fight, but Pretty spray across the smoke is pretty trivial at that point.
Ano, Maravakos.
Numbers advantage, Martix. Timing.
Frost. Když mi vybavíš spolupráci Shakes a Fidget, jako mají ostatní streameři, tak si klidně uděláme stream na streamu guildu, alebo hráči, kdo vidí na streamu. Ale můžu ti garantovat, že žádný stream by to nehrál, nebejtý spolupráce.
But at least puts him in the realm of being a 2-body shot, right? At least getting him over that 40 HP mark.
Nevím, kde se získala taková spolupráce. Asi metlačí.
Has to be clean with the headshots, especially on this site hit when there's 3 players waiting. There's a lot of utility between the tail and the breach.
Ale komu?
Yeah, and for a bonus, not too shabby when it comes to the firepower either. Martix isolated from the rest of the squad. which is why Pretty makes quick work.
A Shake je dobrá hra proti Raid Shadow Legends.
Three defenders is a
Tam hrál jak
mighty
malej.
difficult situation for BFG to uncover. Quicks gives them a fighting chance, especially when Pyro is low. Spike will be going down. A 1v2 required from Lamely to put BFG on winning ways here.
Prouzy. Dal bych ti jednorázový.
Joins with his teammate MSH. He now drops down onto side, but there's a smoke for Lamely to play with. He has to try and isolate these 1v1s.
Can he do it?
Travian taky hrál. Počkej, kámo, to je důležitý kolo. Jednorázový set.
Hip to hip, really. Oh, did they actually spot out Lamely here, or was that just
Come
a push up to the
on.
smoke? That's the lower health player. Now Lamely can play the timing game. Knows that MSH has to get onto the spike and
Usto hlavně po té půlce.
Here's a second collect of it. Does
Nice shot.
Again, MSH
Co mu dal?
off of it on time. Reads it to perfection. Zero tenacity have created themselves a bit of a streak.
Protože ho neviděl, on si myslí, že stikuje, že jo. Už to bylo třeba 6. vteřina. Co Aleši? Nice. Děkuju, 9 bude OG. Jak se daří? Doufám, že jsi přišel fandit, kamo, co mu dal těm vrtačkou. Musíš fandit Aleškovi a jdeme do 5. mapy. To byla 6. vteřina, 6. vteřina Farouz to byla. Rád, že musel už píknout, no. Ale jako dal mu dobrou ten mož.
Quicks has found himself an upgrade. Spike found from the shadows, stopped from Pyro.
Spike planted.
Spike tapped in. Oh, that's the headshot. Looking for the second. Quicks saved the day.
Tam šlo být jakoby spolu. Většina, dobrá vola, většina Gambady jsou battle passový. Ti může padnout v tom special shopu. Pokud to myslel. Můžu tam padat Gambadísky, ne chat? Myslím. Kingdom credit pointy. Alešek! Vrtej! Vrtej! Kurva! Alešek nehraje vrtačky moc. Ultinka. Mož. Prdi! Ještě, vole. Nice, dobrá ultina. Alešku, pozor. Dáme další 2 jednička, prosím, vole. Zahrať to prosím spolu jednou nějak, jak lidi. Nice. Sledek to, že je zvenku ta trapa. Nemůže stát za tou trapou koukat do venty. Nemůže být v rohu tam. Ale se jí zničí úplně jako insta.
Martek's off the boards. And especially with the loot coming in from Lamely over towards B, trying to find anything, especially onto Pyro, who's been ever so consistent of having this deep sight line over towards B. Trying to pull some sort of fake, although he is starting to pull Pretty off the side.
Mož, prosím aspoň jednoho.
He needs to get these kills clean, and he gets all.
How does he get away with that? And now still alive. Still fighting. Martes finally puts him to rest, but it's not without Pretty finding himself also to the back lines, denying any sort of spike plant endeavors.
Compelling case with attention towards mid and a trap setup.
Alexi.
Ooh, quite a lot thrown at them, right?
FPS hra.
And even though BFG have the lead in numbers, you don't really feel confident about their status in the game as a whole. Never mind. Never mind, Scratch, I said anything. Forget it.
What is this? Nice, mož.
Still, MSH on the cross.
Ještě.
Only one responsible of holding down this
dobrý.
Fort, Martex, wide swing, pays off, still numbers advantage, rifle upgrades, BFG in the lead.
Deadlock vola, kámo.
And the utility towards CT from Martex is going to give them a little bit of sigh of relief, an opportunity to get into this post plan and to shift around the positions a little bit. Lamely is going to be the one tasked with dealing with main. Has the utility to get them off the spike, going for that post, the spike defuse denial. But the issue is, the players on site, they have a lot of setup. Martex's stuns are ready and waiting, but if they start coming through main, they're going to kind of be void.
Yeah, it's all that timing, isn't it?
No, východoevropský, je to polská orga, teda srbská orga, pardon, srbská orga, ale je tam směs všech možných, nestíhám. Na KD hezky. A jenom na oficiály, kámo. Mě strašně bavili hrát oficiály. A strašně. Nice, Alešku, do nohy, kámo, ho ošukal. A hrozně bych nechtěl skrimovat každý den.
Getting a 1-for-1 trade is actually kind of massive, especially fully blind, right? Massive. You should not be, especially when it's toe shots he's sending to Razes, right? The fact that they were able to get the kill onto alexiiik super clean with that flash, able to pick up a kill onto Razes, that's your duelist off the board. That's the fast entry off the board for the side of BFG, and especially on the attack.
Skirmou tier 2 je proti tier 1, jo. Actually,
it's gonna fall flat.
Jak kdy, ale jsou období, kdy skrimuješ většinou tier 1 víc než tier 2. Oni ty jedničky se totiž můžou skrimovat jenom jakoby ten tým z druhé skupiny můžou skrimovat, a těch není moc, takže jakoby jim nezbývá nic jiného, než aby skrimovali tier 2. A když jsi dobrý tier 2 tým, tak tě skrimujou fakt často. Kámo, not like this. Testosteron. Já by the way nevidím testosterona v chatu. Nevím, co mi dělá 7 TV.
The bank account sending empty statements. And BFG Gaming looking to take the steering wheel off of Zero Tenacity's hands.
Oh.
A high-low, impenetrable by MSH.
To musí jít na sebe.
Pyro sure has a bucky, but
dobrý call.
You're really looking at alexiiik to be the difference maker here to stop BFG from hitting 12.
Well, there's going to be a quick A-site exploration for Zero Tenacity, potentially an explosive one.
Mohl by to dronnout pro ně hlavně. No, konečně.
Keep in mind, a timeout allows both teams
nice.
to take a moment, talk about
ale škudě mohl do té pusinky.
Speak with your coach.
Ne. Kámo, oni speedupnou Bčko, ale to není se dobrý. Most musí aspoň jednoho. Retake B2-4 s 2 zbraněma. Ty vole, to bude crazy. Myslím, že si Most neměl normálně jít ultit, ale to je tak na hovno mrtvola, že... Kámo. Já mám stres za ně. Nice, prdi vole! S-tier. Dobrý jumpík. Ne, prdi, stačilo žít, kámo. Kdyby žil. Ne. Pirou s Bakinou. Čekejte. Baki, dal mu za hodně. Ty píčo.
Zero Tenacity make it work off the back of a pistol.
A ještě deadlock ultinu.
It's been the story of Ecos today as Zero Tenacity keep things close.
Sam.
Overtime. Right.
Alešku. Ne. On se stunul sám. Ty vole, co to je?
A triple kill. And there is no answer to it. BFG rip this round off the hands of Zero Tenacity.
Tak to je nejhorší, co se mohlo stát, kámo.
Sure, MSH Pyro have money in the bank, but you look at the other three, they're down to 100, 200, 150.
Měl Astra stun na sobě, teda ten Peugeot, ale podle mě ten jeho stun taky hodil špatně.
Razes knows he's done everything he's already needed to. Right click onto Pyro.
Most clutch. Nebo jedu do Polska.
A really important one. This one could be for the game. This one could be.
Judge, to je mental, chápeš? Elbow. Mental v elbow.
Knows he's got the time in his favor. Judge out.
Ale má jenom šerifa, kámo.
Yeah. Hold my beer in.
Ještě se nechali stunout v té ventě, co to je?
Or vodka, right?
Ani zničil tu kameru, what?
Right, ethnicity-wise, but little bit of
nice, jdou do pirula, co má zbraň, ale dobrý nade, dobrá paranoia.
Over towards A.
Vstaje tu ještě trapa, mají trapu aj na rampě, na kontrol. Boom! Na tu tvoji držku! Pupínek, nemačkat.
Overtime is still up in the air. A smoke over towards heaven tries to
at
least
ale aspoň ji použil, kámo, lepší než ji nepoužít. Aspoň budu koukat heaven. Dobrá kejčka, mož. Ne, shorty. Misnutá shorty. OT price. OT price.
Setup now. Sure, you have quick scrambling.
Nice, mož. Co dělal za zvuk ten týpek tam? Alešku, pojď, ten backside. Holdi to. Ne. Ten wallbang. Alešku. Alešek misnul vypem, kurva, kokot! Čas, malou. Ušijte ho spolu nějak, nebo ze seru. Začíná být default. Děkujeme. A slečen taky samozřejmě. Alešku, dělej, ty vole, tam jsou! Jak to nebyl ani jeden kill? Pure cinema, pure excitement.
They've got the numbers.
Nevadí, Prdi. Jak znám Prdiho, Prdi je dobrý chlap, nenechá Aleška ve štychu.
So at least it's someone who's more softened up for the engagements, and Prdi has an opportunity.
They get away from him. They just walk past into the smoke. You need to have Quicks trying to go for the chase. He had the spike. It could have gone wrong. He could have left it behind, but that doesn't happen. Paranoia instead drops. Raz is not effective.
A ten B-main má, to je dobrý ten Germek v tom B-mainu. Nice. G. Hodí rakety na anti. Hodí rakety na anti. Kurva, to mi to tak trvá, vole, ty jsi tak špatný na tom teovi, kurva už, ale...
It's such an awkward post plan as well for BFG because main was, well, taking control of by Zero Tenacity. Fortunately, they've been able to re-clear, but MSH wants to push in again.
Toho čekaj toho Cyphera? Nečekaj, to je dobrý. On se toho ukázal na B-heavenu. Ty si mysleli, že už ten B-mi neclear. Nice shot. 3v1. Padne smoke. Dostane ho do pusy. Boom! Icebox it is.
Just a couple of months ago, they were one map win away from qualifying into Challengers EMEA.
And here for previous wrongdoings and to push themselves into the grand finals. And talking about pushes, look at this.
Vánoční song to byl, že Barte? Já to nechci kam pouštět tady. Ty to jste na YouTube. A ta mapa BO5, absolutní cinema. To co je za Harborvolu? Alešek si tady prochází. No. Doprošel jsem. Moraváčka s kamo. Oh, co dělá Pyro tady? S nožíkama.
Timing doesn't work in favor, but Raz is taking off the board early on to this place plan, doubling up the advantage for Zero Tenacity.
Kámo. Nice, Prdi. Ještě. Prdi a Grmek. Gramek.
Avoided, but there's no avoiding. Gramakistas led Zero Tenacity with a pistol. It feels like they've been pretty even.
Anthony has the outlaw and Stingers are starting
musí vyhrávat dál.
They are indeed, and we've already seen Raz's.
Kámo, to prohráli proti vrtačkám, ale jako vrtačky jsou OP, no. Ty nemůžou retaknout s dvouma outlavama, podle mě. Definito.
Especially with Melly spotting out Alexiiik, he's not going to be going for any aggressive peek.
On to možná trounou. Dobrý silent drop od Aleška. Oh, timing pro testosterona. Bohužel. Počkat.
Some of the other games, but the Force buys and also these eco half buy rounds have been having hands. And it gets a little bit scary when you get into situations where you have 3 sheriffs out.
Jeles,
Pretty
přestaň ho
even
mačkat,
freeze my
vole.
point for the first.
To je třeba vůbec.
Oh, he can see his shoulder.
Kámo. To co se stalo?
So the chance of Zero Tenacity doing what their opponents did a round ago.
Jak se dostaneš k tomu, že si prostě dřevo rubec? Nevím, vysvětli, kamo, to je hodně zajímavý povolání.
A fleeko. Okay.
Co je jako na tom? Jako to si od jak živa prostě jakoby aspiroval k tomu? A já to nehejtím, já jenom jako zkoumám teďko.
Sheriffiko.
Okay, yeah, no, I do see that
So
one.
I'm not the one to coin that term. I think that was Pansy, actually, a while back.
Shout out Pansy.
Dělal jsem třeba se bral do lesa. A co potřebuješ mi vystudovanýho na tohle, jakože... Čau, Miky. Díky, že jsi došel, hele. Chtěl jsem se zeptat... nice, Pyrolos. Počkej. A chtěl jsem se i tak zeptat, kam dal tu ultinu? Koukejte, kam dal tu ultinu, chat. No, mé mimo mapu. Tak, jsem se dosmál, nevadí. Z dřívějška. Alešku, vidíš ho?
In alexiiik, I think he looked down and then missed a wrong timing there, so Quicks is able to spot him and not vice versa. Razis gets
je to dobře placený kilos?
BitFix, at least for these kills, do trade space control and spike plant. 2v3, not entirely out of reach.
Prdi ace, skoro. Jen tak.
A couple of bullets with Syntax and Lamelli's name on them, meaning that Zero Tenacity are the first ones with a buy round win.
Possibility of where Martix is going to be playing, but he survives.
And shot that lance towards the approximate direction of where the spike is being placed.
To zní dost pohodě. To zní jak nějaká videohra, vole.
Guarding the hands of Syntax. Sheriff doing work for
Kamo, co
se
děje?
Down his teammate with the Hunter's Fury, but this is still doable. Denying the diffuser for a little bit longer. Pyro closes up. Blaze doing a lot, but not enough. It's diffused halfway.
Nice.
Going for the full execution
Defuse.
of it. And
nice defuse.
Blimey, this was close.
In over the zip line and jumping in, ultimately falls to Quicks.
Damn. I'm pretty getting that early kill. Continue Zero Tenacity streak with first bloods.
A jak máš aspoň dobrou fyzičku, ne, Kilos?
Just looking at Syntax's lurk as well in mid, he's gone very far forwards. Undetected so far. The moment I say that, pretty just swings out.
A ty stromy ti někdo označí, by the way, nebo si musíš jakoby ještě sám vždycky poznat, který je vole sakneš?
Oh man, they just keep it going. They haven't
Nesmíš to
taken
zesrat.
this round, by the way.
Kámo, to je jaká zajímavá práce do píči. To zní fakt jak nějaká videohra. To je dobrá ultina, ty dělají furt, že tu ultinu. To je prostě default ult, to dělají furt všichni.
This is not looking pretty at all.
Jdeme to udělat, ty pracuješ ve skupince Kilos. Kilos, no. To fakt ne, vole. Zachráněno.
Martix didn't quite check his right hand side and gets deleted. And they're just walking into the Lions den.
Alešek, triple kill, Cinema.
In the process. Viper spit dropping. You talked about the Zero Tenacity ultimates available.
Tam má schedulovaný Heisenberg továrnu v lese. Jo, Alešek.
Denied the opportunity to use convergent pass to his advantage. 3v4. BitFix finally have got something going for them. Zero Tenacity aren't slow on bringing things right back in favor of themselves, though MSH is low. And walking into this pit of toxins is not going to do his lungs any good. Has to drop away, concede the round. And finally hand over a round win to the BitFix. Just waiting for the right moment to pounce. BitFix looking to push through. Raz is first in it. Pretty, do they really read his angle? I think they might. Yeah, they do. but he's able to take one down with him. At least Razes has a trade available. Looking to amp up the pressure. Dash forward. Alexiiik on the retreat. 3v3 now, but you still haven't let go of the site control. Grammakista wanting to make sure Zero Tenacity still have a firm grip on it. This is so close. Fights going down in mid as well. Lockdown dropping, denying the plant. You have funneled two players in a singular direction, and MSH aggresses ever forwards. This is going to catch them off guard.
Dobrý facky. Dobrý facky, kámo. To umí ten Harbor v týmovém prostředí. To funguje tak, že rotuješ Viper wallu, Harbor wallu, furt dokola jak dement. Alešku! Nevadí, třeba jedna. Pohoda. Jen tomu
Getting picked off over towards belt. Put BitFix in a dire situation, and
jo, Alešek není moc bělej fanoušek. On sám od sebe si věli skoro nepikne na rankedu, mi přijde. Prdí, kámo, to je borec.
And joined up with MSH, they've made this A site into an impenetrable fortress. They are only in.
Jeho vlastní Harborvala ho dojebala, kámo. To chceš?
Another buy round interrupted. Pace, which BitFix are hoping is going to go there in their favor. That is, a bit shaky, but Pyral thrives in situations like this. Finally.
To ta Harborvala je dobrá, no.
But look, this is a 3v3 scenario.
Jaký shockder, kámo, prdí hraje jako S-tier hru, S-tiersovou hraje teďko prdí.
The duo of Lamely and Syntix left to see if they can salvage of what is left.
A proto jsi šťastný, Kýlos, to už dává smysl, vole. Jsi přišel šťastný, když tady, kámo, nasáváš čerstvý vzduch přímo od stromečku.
It's making me reminiscent of Haven, of how much of a shutout it was for Zero Tenacity.
Máš sekeru, děvčak bude na 2 půlky. Má pilu, že jo? Pilu má. Zapodle mě není jen tak, kámo, se ubrání. Hraje Alešek, však já to koukám. Já jsem profesionál. OK. No, umřel Alešek.
Not too bad for BitFix. Good start, best start.
Kámo, on ani nemíří, ale prostě chápeš, ten jeho ping, to je takový hnus.
Especially when you don't get shot back, you know? You are allowed a couple of freebies. Pyral, on the other hand, will be respected. You know, if
jako ne hezký jak svině,
don't want to be taking any chances, especially when there's a potential lurk to come in from Martix to assist. You've heard Pyral drop. You're wondering which angle
si myslivec? Kámo. Co tady mám zase branku lesní, vole.
Safe to say, this pistol from BitFix was a must win.
Tak jsem taky viděl divočáky, jakože
He's going for the D play.
Který dali O7, to jsou jako masivní, kámo, zvířata, vole. Neskutečně ostré.
But they haven't even gone down into a post-plant situation yet. It's 20 seconds
Kámo,
left.
to je
They're trying to get the
bonus.
spike down now, and they're overrunning towards backside, just trying to get space for them to get the spike down, and there's kills going left, right, and center. But
nice, oba dva mají 150, to je dobrý, to je dobrý, to je dobrý.
And 2 players on 150.
Yeah, and Gramek's position makes things even more complicated because you don't have to rely on finding the right angles.
But it's mainly looking towards mid. When is Pretty gonna activate?
Ale všechno má tam sedí v zaprděném pokoji, kámo, s Bobíkem za sebou.
Alexiiik doesn't care and he crosses past it. Pretty waiting for the optimal timing for it. Alexiiik making space. Pretty joins in, but it's Pyro at a further distance that does
rozebrali úplně.
This is a perfect amalgamation of supports. Utility
Kýlos, kámo, neskoušej.
players chiming in together. 2 players left now for this BitFix side, not impossible, but when Alexiiik is playing a deep angle like this, you can't account for it. Your chances have been completely diminished.
Típeček. Jo, já jsem pracoval manuálně. Když kámo, ale nevím, kolik ti je přesně do piči. Tak podle někdy jsi si ještě nepracoval, ale.
Giving him some space. There's no running from the aftershock, or at least.
Jako myslím oficiálně jsem pracoval, ale Vašek, nice shot. KS skoro 9 let dozadu, no. Mon KS.
Utility starts to refresh, but also they just got that for free as well in the last. Alexiiik using the charity move from the previous, using the operator.
7 prime.
It's just not going right for BFG.
It's hodně vyprajmovaný.
You sort of needed this round to go your way, and you invested into it as well.
No tak jsme šli pracovat ve stejném věku, podle mě, ne?
Zero tenacity are going to go to 12.
Alešek! Hraje GRANDFINÁLE proti Enterprises.
He's going to give it his all, but BFG got so close. They were on series map.
Stal čísta 15 korun, kámo stal 20 25.
No one wants the afford to be the one doing the mistake.
The steps going away has managed to bait out BFG. They're rotating away. Razes is the only player left over towards A. This is where the spike is. This can be dangerous if he falls, and especially if
Jirka je svůj burger, to bylo ještě předtím. To bylo až potom, ten Jirkova burger. Cyril. Konec. To je škoda. To bylo GG, kdyby na ten kill. Gramekista. Respekt, Evan, respekt.
MSH has revealed where he is, has to go all the way around. How do you get away from the reckoning? I think the answer is you've got to completely remove yourself from the site as a whole. How many kills can GRANDFINÁLE get? The answer is one.
Teď nebo nikdy mošt.
In a 1v2.
A to byl nejhorší pokus, kámo.
BFG Gaming stay in the game.
Anketu na věk.
With the ultimate coming in from Lamali, with another kill coming in from Razes as well, who's done amazing. But you know what? Amazing shot from GRANDFINÁLE.
Ridiculous.
It doesn't get any better than that for the round start. Wonders in confidence. You've got the advantage. Now you've got BFG shaking. They can't make one step.
Nah, mošt. Oni se line-upli, ne? Ne na line-upli? Nebo kdyby měl ještě damage dostat. Ale však by si ultinu.
MSH returns the favor, but Syntix is undiscovered. They've got no clue he's here. Could potentially run away with a couple of kills. Gets the first one, tries to find cover. Pretty ends up picking him up. Still a 2v2 though. A minute on the clock, and yet to make the decision if they want to stick it down.
Yeah, both players being spotted here. Just managing to get around the
corner. Ty dva týpci spolu hrajou přes 3 roky. Vždycky spolu ve stejném týmu. Prti a Gramekista, takzvaný. Proti ním jsem hrál, kámo, 15 oficiálů, když byl v Diamantu a ještě předtím. Vždycky hráli spolu, tak schválně co tady vymazlí, ale Alešek říkal, že jsou jak manželé. Tak. Mamka vyjela nahoru, tačka vyjel nahoru. Oni takhle na sílu hrajou. To je zajímavý, že to jdou kámo takhle na sílu, jakoby...
Yeah, so you have the lockdown for the retake as well, so that's a possibility for them to get to it's going to be placed, but the spike hasn't gone down.
No, it hasn't. And Quicks is still found more damage. Alexiiik returns the favor and the lockdown denies him the space control. You've got 45 seconds on the clock. And still the decision to make. Viper Spit, they're going to move in it. Martek's repositions in a deeper angle.
Je dobrý line-up na tu ultinu, alež...
He's already found Alexiiik.
To naplantne podle mě. Co mu dal, kámo? To je vtip. Ne, on jde bokem.
As much as you hope that Pyro can get things done if you're a Zero Tenacity fan, his chances were not there. Zero Tenacity are a bit shaken. Few too many in a row. A little of a nothing to lose attitude.
Pod 12 ještě v pohodě. Pod 12 to je crazy, kámo, tady je nějaký chlap.
Presses in. And wait a minute.
Dej 3 až 10.
This is not over, this is not done. Zero Tenacity.
Nepište to kytí? Potom. Oh, jaký slow od Aleška.
out of this
Ale však utility usage, kámo.
Rifles upgraded
Posmrtnej.
and now full attention towards this B site.
To je za orb. Asi dobrý.
Oh,
Ne, ne. To jsou chokesy, kámo. To jsou chokesy.
Fury enabled, doesn't find a tag. And now, Rassus has had the time to group up with his teammate.
Nechutnej choke, kámo.
Sure. MSH is stuck. He's on an island. He can't cross back. He feels too uncomfortable.
Wallbang.
His opponent would have rotated.
There's also the fact that he has the spike and off that kill. Raz is on the timing, taking the initiative, taking down MSH. The island no more.
alexiiik is laser focused on it. The timing. He was ready for it as well, but Razes is the one on top.
Nice, buddy.
Repeaks, but pretty delivers. 4v4. Reckoning drops. Not going to be affecting the players apart from delaying them. Look at the rotate from mid. Pyro was ready for it, and now zero tenacity of the numbers and control over towards the A site.
And it's just going to be a massive scramble for BFG to get back into this, and especially going to make it more difficult that Pretty's still staying alive over towards B. That's swiftly dealt with though by Lameli, so it makes it a little bit easier for them approaching into this round. Does MSH fall here? The timing could be in favor of Martix, but he misses it.
Timing.
No way.
To ten Aziat.
Like this.
Timing.
MSH can just.
Ale pro nás ten timing.
They haven't checked this position. He can get at least one. Doesn't. Quicks reacts on time. Now he's got 30 points of health to work with. I think that's more than enough. The thing is,
máme breach ultinu. A molotov. Nebo že malé na pirol. Už letí. Jo, proč hází double util? Proč hází ultinu a molotov ve stejnou chvilku, jste dementi? Aftershock dobrý. Stone ještě dělej. Nice! Běž, já tu bombu se to nemiju! Let's go! Alexiiik v grandfinále zítra proti Enterprise Esports BO5.